Hari Om to all Atma Jyotis, Divine Light of Self. Welcome to today's story time. We will start the story time with a prayer. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma. Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Dear kids, today's story is about how ignorance and ego will not allow us to grow further. So let's begin the story. The story goes like this. Once Narad went to Kailash to visit Lord Shiva. He said Narayan, Narayan and offered his greetings to Lord Shiva and the goddess Parvati. Then Lord Shiva asked, "How are you, Narada?" Narada said, "I am fine, Bhagavan," with a wide smile. Then goddess Parvati asked him, "You are looking very happy today, Narad. What is the reason for this happiness? Is there something special?" Then Narad replied, "Mother, it's just your and Lord Shiva's blessings and Lord Vishnu's bhakti that I am able to be happy all the time. I have no task but to keep chanting the name of my Aradhya Deva, Sri Vishnu, all the time. This gives me immense pleasure and makes me happy always," said Narada. Then Nandi was also present at that time, hearing the conversation. Nandi said to Lord Shiva and goddess Parvati, "Prabhu, Narad is the biggest devotee of Lord Vishnu. He keeps chanting Vishnu's name all the time. All the devotees across the world must emulate him. He must be very dearest to Lord Vishnu." Hearing this praise from Nandi, Narad became very happy and he left after taking permission from Lord Shiva and goddess Parvati. Narada was roaming here and there in the universe, chanting the Narayan, Narayan, and he was smiling all the way and he was thinking about Nandi's praise, biggest devotee, dearest bhakt, and all. Then Narad's ego went a bit high. He became really proud of himself. He couldn't resist the happiness, the ego, and he decided to let Lord Vishnu know all these things. So he went to Vaikunta, which is Lord Vishnu's abode. He paid greetings to Lord Vishnu and goddess Lakshmi. He said Narayan, Narayan, and said, "Prabhu, may I ask you a question?" Lord Vishnu, he knew everything in your subconscious. Then he asked, "Narad, tell me what is it?" Then Narad asked, "Narayan, do you know who is the biggest devotee of you in the whole universe?" Vishnu said, smiled, "I don't do any discrimination among my devotees. All of them are equal for me." Narad felt a little bit sad. He didn't expect this answer from Lord Vishnu. He thought Vishnu will also agree, saying, "Narad, you are the biggest bhakt." Then Narad questioned again back, "Prabhu, there must be someone whom you consider your biggest bhakt. Please tell me." Listening to this, Vishnu smiled and thought this is the right time to teach Narad a lesson. Then he said, "Dear Narad, though I don't make any distinction in my devotees, but since you are really insisting me to tell you who is the biggest and dearest devotee, I would like to name a person on earth. He is a farmer. He just chanted my name 3 times a day." Then Narad was taken aback. He was surprised. He thought he is chanting Vishnu's name all the day, and this farmer on earth, he chants Vishnu's name only 3 times, and the farmer becomes biggest devotee. How is it possible? Narad thinks. Then asks the Vishnu, how could he be your biggest duty? Why is he dearest to you? He remembers you only 3 times a day, while I keep chanting your name day and night without any break. How is it possible, Prabhu? Narad asked. Then Vishnu said, you're questioning my judgment, Narad, or you're doubting my devotee? What is happening? Then, with a heavy heart and pain, Narad went out. Lord Vishnu smiled and called Narad back. Narad, will you do me a favor before leaving? Narad happily said, I will be more than happy if I can do some help to you. What is that, Prabhu? Then Vishnu said, carry this bowl of milk across the world. There was a milk in that bowl which was brimming to the top. And then Vishnu said, take this bowl and go a revolution around the earth. Make sure not even a single drop of milk will fall from it. Narad left carrying the bowl. He put all his efforts to avoid the spillage of the milk while taking the revolution around the earth. With lots and lots of difficulty, he accomplished this successful task and then returned to Vaikunta happily. Lord Vishnu asked, did you complete the task, Narad? Yes, Narad delightedly replied and handed over the bowl back to Vishnu and said, Prabhu, not even a single drop of milk spilled from the bowl. Then Vishnu asked, how many times did you remember me while you were doing the job that is assigned to you? Narad now felt sheepishly. Then he said, Prabhu, not even once I could chant your name because I was doing this job which is given by you with so much dedication and concentration that I should not spill any milk. So all my mind was concentrated in that task. So I couldn't really chant your name, said Narad. Then Vishnu said, the farmer on the earth who is also dearest to me, does his job which is assigned to him by me only. He not only works hard and accomplishes his job honestly, but he also chants my name whenever time permits. Chanting my name doesn't matter, but accomplishing the job does matter. You couldn't spare a moment to remember me, but he remembers me thrice a day even while accomplishing his jobs honestly. Isn't he surely dear to me? Now Narad regretted his ignorance and he bowed down to Vishnu and thanked him for teaching a lesson by hitting at his arrogance, by ego and ignorance. Now kids, what is the moral of the story? The moral of the story is, you will not become nearest to the God just by chanting his name. You will become nearest and dearest to God if you do good deeds, if you help someone, if you do your jobs honestly, if you are always on the path of truth, you don't lie, you study well, you work hard and you do whatever, you respect your parents, you respect your elders and you are honest all through your life. With this, you can become close to the God, not by mere chanting God's name or God's shlokas. So that is the moral of the story. Did you all like the story? Now, let's end today's story time with a prayer. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amrutangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you and Namaste.